Folks, I have a simple question to ask you. Earlier today in the video, which has 20,000 views, thank you so much, I asked, was Game 4 a do or die for the Warriors season? Well, they blew it in the second half. That third quarter, atrocious. I'm about to go off. We're going to break down that third quarter. The turnovers, the threes being missed, the lackadaisical play. Free throws was saving us. Third quarter, Wolves made shots, clamped down defense. We did terrible. So now the simple question is the Warriors season over? Comment your thoughts. This is the second time in the Steve Kerr era that the Warriors have lost 3 straight playoff games. Last time, NBA Finals against the Cavs when we were up 3-1. Ow. Well, now we're down 3-1 to the Wolves. Steph Curry probably not back Game 5, like 90%, 99%. Can we win Game 5 on the road to take it back to Game 6 where Curry could potentially play depending on his injury on Sunday? I gotta say, folks, the big issue, Kuminga played the best of anybody, much better than Butler, anybody on this team. Again, he's a restricted free agent moving to the offseason. So the question is, do the Warriors keep him if he gets an offer, which he will, or do they let him walk for free? He was out of the lineup. It looked like he was gone, whatever. He's proven his worth. Can he be that guy moving forward? It's a big question, and that's the big issue now the Warriors front office have to deal with. Beyond, we're getting canned in the semifinals of the Western Conference. Comment your thoughts, folks. Let me hear. And, of course, subscribe to Warriors Digest because we have all your breaking news, myself and Arthur. Whether it's this playoff series, but, folks, we really get a lot of content out during the offseason. Draft breakdown. Who could we get? Who do we need to trade? Who do we sign? Things like that. You don't want to miss anything on Warriors Digest. We're here for you. But you know what was missed? Warriors shooting in the third quarter. I'm going straight to this chart. So look at this, folks. I have the second half. We're going to just make it the third quarter. What did we do in the third quarter? Terrible. Absolutely terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 missed threes, a bunch of missed layups. We made basically 7 shots. We made 7 shots. We shot 37% from the field. Wolves, 65%. They made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 threes. That's 18 points on us to our 0 from the 3-point line. 15 to 7 shots, 8 more. Embarrassing. That is not how you come out of halftime. What happened to the Warriors? Yes, I know we had KD. We're third quarter, we turned it on. No Steph in this game. It's hard. But this was just a very disappointing performance. Especially when you look at the second half as a whole. Well, we're not because they kind of came back towards the end. It wasn't fair. Excuse the numbers. But you could see the energy get sapped out of these players. When the Wolves made their run, we had no pushback. Jimmy wasn't making shots. Kuminga turned the ball over. Moody's been non-existent. He wasn't even playing. Hield made a couple threes, but nothing in the third quarter. Podziemski did nothing really in the second half. So you look here overall, folks. We shot 44%. They shot 49%. It looks better than it actually was. The final score, I know that you guys know it. We'll go to the summary really quick. Where is it? Sorry. Where's the game stats? There we go. Sorry. You're not going to show me the score? Fine. 117, 110. I apologize about that. It was not this close. Wolves were up 20 in the third quarter, and it stayed like that the whole time. You know my favorite chart is the lead tracker. We're going to show it on NBA.com because this is just crazy to see. Folks, look at this. We started the game well and really played a good first half. Yes, they were up in the second quarter, but it didn't feel like it was ever out of control. They made some runs. However, we came back on those runs. I got some notes I need to pull up. The second quarter zone defense by the Warriors was fantastic. Wolves went up 7, and we called a timeout. Good timeout by Steve Kerr. We brought the zone defense out, and we stopped the run. JK took over at the end of the second quarter. As you see right here, that was JK getting to the rim, pumping up the crowd, free throws. But But, folks, oops, wrong screen. Sorry. At one point, the Warriors made 17 straight free throws. But the third quarter, the Wolves went on a 17-0 run. And that's why you see this lead right here go from the Warriors basically up 2 to the Warriors down 25-20. And it never got close until the reserves came in. Embarrassing. Just embarrassing. It was a lifeless third quarter. It was a dud. No heart, no fight. Even Steph Curry's like, come on. You could see it. There was nothing there. The game was tied at the 8-minute mark in the third quarter. Warriors were down 20 with 3 minutes left. No threes were made in the third quarter, really the second half until the end of the game. 17-0 run by the Wolves. And if you look here at the leading players, Julius Randle, again, balling out. Him and Anthony Edwards look like an amazing 1-2 combo. Kuminga, 23 points. And that's your big issue, folks, is like, what's going to happen to Kuminga? Is he staying? Is he going? He's a restricted free agent, so he can go get any offer he wants. Are the Warriors going to match it for somebody who's in and out of the lineup? I don't think so. I think they have to let him walk in that scenario. And again, we'll break that down extensively in the offseason. But he's showing value. He can play. Again, no Steph Curry. He can show you what he can do if he's the guy, if that's what you want to build around. We know Joe Lacob likes him. So it's just creating a conundrum. Looney was big on the offensive boards in the first half, was non-existent second half. And Butler didn't look like himself. You look at the assists and rebounds, pretty straightforward. You look at all the turnovers, they had more, but our turnovers were backbreakers in the third quarter. We were not making shots off theirs. They were making them off of ours. Free throw percentage, we did really good. Now, this is where ESPN stats become much better because you actually can see this. You look at the 3 points, folks. They made 8 more threes than us. The Warriors made 8 threes. Without Steph Curry, we're not making our threes. Obviously, his flowing offense, how much defensive attention he brings, why? But 8 times 3 is 24. 24 extra points, they win by 7. Again, they were up 20, that's why. That's the name of the game. We actually, if you look here, points conceded off of turnovers, 24-15. We did a nice job off their turnovers, not going to lie. But I may have said that wrong on the other page. I apologize. But you can't give up an extra 8 threes. You look at the free throw line. We did a great job. 28. They got 23, but really made our shots. But 30% from 3 is not going to cut it when Steph Curry is not playing. You look at the box score, and this is going to be really hard to show you guys. You look at the starters. Again, the same as Game 4. Not terrible by anybody, but nobody had that blowout performance that you need when Steph Curry is not playing. Kuminga, 23 points off the bench, 11 of 12 from the free throw line, played a very solid game. Didn't really do a lot rebounding or assist-wise, but was slashing and was being effective. He still has that handle where he'll lose the ball in a pass or a dribble, and he's got to get better keeping the ball nice and tight so it's not ripped away, and it ruins momentum. Draymond Green was a little bit more calm. A very solid stat line from him, 14, 7, and 6. Across the board, you look at the starters, very negative. Now, again, these reserves will do better because reserves. But Randle, 31. Edwards, 30. Edwards had like 16 in the third quarter. Was really hot. Give them credit. They just outplayed the Warriors. And now the Warriors are down 3-1 and have to go back to Minnesota. So I take you back to the question I posed earlier today. Was Game 4 a must-win? I said yes. A lot of people said yes. Now, is the Warriors season over? Can they rattle off 3 wins in a row? One definitely without Steph Curry, and potentially Steph Curry coming back and not even knowing what his health could be like, how he could play. Is this a kumbaya Warriors fans to the season? Not to Warriors Digest, because again, we're going to have all the news for you, but call me your thoughts on this game, and let's try to keep our heads high. Keep our heads high. And stay with us. Subscribe. Any news on Curry's health, anything in between, we'll keep you updated. And of course, Arthur and myself have everything you need to know for the offseason. Hopefully it doesn't come sooner rather than later, but you got to be a realist sometimes, and that's what I am. Warriors fans, out.